main goals here have been achieved. We've got the floor in, one big piece across the middle. These pieces, because they have to go out and forward, I can't do this in one piece very easily. So we've done it in two. It's going to go under the wall somewhere around 2 inches deep here, and then it has to be notched for the gas filler. I'm going to notch it like that. Just a basic pencil line in a couple places for a depth gauge, so I know when it goes in here what's going to happen. Now my hope is I can convince this to go under the wall without too much heavy work. The key here is to use a block so you can hit this edge without crushing the wood. And the other key is to make sure you've cleared everything in the channel for screws and bolts and whatever other things could be left that'll interfere with it just sliding in easy. So far, I know it'll go into that side because I had it that way, but I had a gap up here, so I have to knock it this way and that way. It's a two-step process, and if you can take it in pieces, it should go without messing anything up. One of the silly things about this is I may have to hit it in two directions at the same time. Definitely getting there. Knowing where to hit it and how to hit it is a game sometimes. So you can see that floor is under the wall channel. More than an inch, closer to 1.5 inches. Over here, we're at least an inch, and over here, the front wall's a bit of a different animal, but you see my marks here. It's definitely under there. I gotta finish clearing the plywood out of the channel here. There's a screw. I don't know if that's visible, but that screw I've got to figure out because the top of this screw is actually behind. This screw is behind here, and so I don't really have a good way to get to it. But I've cheated by lifting the wall, but lifting it on top of the screw, just so I can see a little better. This is one of my least favorite parts of this process. I'm trying to get this screw right here. I have a serious fear of messing up and piercing the outside skin of the Airstream. Getting ready to put the second half in, and so what I want to do is mark on this sheet where these cross members are, so that I've got the ability to make sure I'm screwing this down straight into the metal. I think I've got all the garbage out of this track. The last thing I'm going to do is vacuum it and double check. 3/8, 45.5. I may hit this a couple more times going that way, just to make sure it's where I want it. It looks like it did move maybe 1/8 of an inch. Maybe not enough, we'll see. As far as I can tell, this was originally built with about 3/4, or essentially the thickness of the plywood, so a little less than 3/4 under this wall, down and under. So I've marked it to see if I can get that. And then I've marked a little deeper over here because it's a little bit more under the wall, so around 1.5 inches. You can see that I've got about 1.5 inches overlap here. The goal is to get this under that wall so this seam drops in nicely and everything is flush. I've got 3/4 of an inch here that it's got to go forward. Is holding up the weight of the wall, and it's crushing the channel here just a little too much to allow this to go in. All the way to the right here, it's pretty much fully nested in, and I've got to convince it on this side now. Slightly more. Basically, that's not doing it. I think I gotta take it out and bevel it so it will start. The good news is I should be able to see what it's hitting on where. I think that big black smudge right there is a major contact point that I need to mitigate. Oh good, could you hold this book? I'm trying to rush to get this. Once I know this piece is in, I know what sizes these are. Even if I don't bang them in place, I can cut them.
Yeah, so this one only has to go one channel in, which is lovely.
Yes, that one should be straightforward. Should be able to cut the sides and put it in.
Well, quicker anyway.
Quicker than this one.
Yeah.
About 1/4 inch till it drops on this end, probably more on this end. Okay, it's 1/8 of an inch should be in there.
What if you get off it?
I can try.
Can I help you pry?
No, I'm gonna go against myself. It's making too much noise. So what I'm gonna try to do is change strategies and try to pry one side off the other. I'm hoping that I can get some movement under the wall channel that way, but also maybe a little bit to the left here underneath the driver's side wall.
That was pretty effective.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right. I now have to pound it forward
And into the channel.
and into the channel. I'm hoping I can do it in a few hits.
Alright, well let's see. This one seems to be moving more here. Because I'm standing on, I can feel which one is shifting.
I'm going to start.
This one is shifting.
Yep. Keep your foot on that. I do not want to lose that up.
Okay.
I'm going to work my way this way because
Alright.
I can see that it started in there.
Okay.
Watch your line here. That kind of tells you how much is under.
This line?
Yep.
Okay. That's going in now. You're starting to move it.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. It really helps our channel.